Amidst ongoing financial struggles, the Bucket family faces another blow when Mr. Bucket loses his job to a machine. The burden of providing for the family is solely on his shoulders. But now, without a job, things are much harder. Grandpa Joe, a beacon of hope, decides it's worth one more shot at the golden ticket. He shares a secret stash of money with Charlie, urging him to buy the first candy bar he sees. The kid runs to the nearest store and does as told. In a moment of anticipation, Charlie and Grandpa Joe unwrap the chocolate bar together, only to be met with disappointment once again. Will Charlie find that last golden ticket, or will he fail and remain hopeless? Join us in this movie recap review of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to uncover the answers to these questions. For more extraordinary tales filled with betrayal, adventure, action, and love, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos. Done? Let's get started. Let's begin with this story recap. The movie summary starts with the presentation of a factory producing chocolate bars in a very peculiar way. In some of the wrappers, the hand of, who is presumably Willy Wonka, places shiny golden tickets. Finally, the candies are boxed and shipped all over the world. In the same town lives a boy named Charlie Bucket. He is not extraordinary, and the most interesting thing about him is that he is poor. Charlie is the humble and kind-hearted protagonist of the story. He comes from a poor family but remains optimistic despite their financial struggles. Charlie loves chocolate and has a good-natured personality. As explained in this channel for movie recaps and story recaps, Charlie lives in a small house with Mr. and Mrs. Bucket and their 4 parents. Charlie's father works at a factory while his mother takes care of the family. It is by an intervention of one of Charlie's grandfathers that we are told he used to work for Willy Wonka. The film opens with a narrative explaining the history of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, its closure, and its impact on the town of the Buckets. The chocolate maker was so famous that even the Prince of India requested him to build a palace entirely made of chocolate to live in. However, the movie explains the success of Willy Wonka also came with grave consequences. Other candy makers started to steal his recipes and use them as their own. This eventually led him to close his factory. Even though it was supposed to close forever, the factory eventually opened again. But no one knows who works the machines anymore. Since it opened, the only thing that comes out of this place is candy. Willy Wonka himself has also disappeared. The very next day, the impossible happens. For the newspapers and everyone around, Willy Wonka announces that anywhere in the world, there can be 5 golden tickets which will allow 5 children the possibility of visiting the factory and having unlimited chocolate. The world is captivated by the search for these tickets. The movie trailer showcases the magnificent imagination undertaken in this movie review recap. The Bucket family considers the purchase of a Wonka chocolate bar to be an infrequent indulgence, reserved exclusively for Charlie's annual birthday celebration. In the sequence of events leading to the discovery of the first 4 golden tickets, Augustus Gloop emerges as the initial victor. His insatiable appetite nearly leads to the inadvertent consumption of the ticket, as he confesses to the daily consumption of an excessive number of chocolate bars, rendering it practically inevitable for him to stumble upon one. Following Augustus, the second golden ticket is found by Veruca Salt, a petulant and spoiled child. Notably, Veruca's quest for the coveted ticket is not her own. Rather, it is orchestrated by her father. Motivated by his daughter's relentless requests, or more accurately, her incessant whining, he takes matters into his own hands. In a bid to fulfill Veruca's desires, Mr. Salt goes so far as to enlist the assistance of his own factory workers to secure the elusive golden ticket. Thus, Veruca's golden ticket discovery is a result of her father's orchestrated efforts rather than her independent pursuit. Mr. and Mrs. Bucket think this is the perfect time to give Charlie his early birthday present. They buy him a chocolate bar with high expectations. He opens it only to find nothing. There is disappointment in the air, but the family tries to focus on lighter views. At least they have the candy. Charlie, ever the kind boy, shares his treat with everyone else. Violet Beauregard, renowned for her competitive prowess in the realm of gum chewing, emerges as the third fortunate recipient of the golden ticket. Her triumph is the result of a mindset that perceives the acquisition of the ticket as a competition demanding her victorious participation. Temporarily relinquishing her gum-chewing preoccupation, Violet redirects her focus toward the wanted golden ticket, driven by an unwavering determination to have the prize hidden within the chocolate bar. Subsequently, the fourth golden ticket is secured by Mike TV, a young lad consumed by a fervent obsession with technology. Mike's intellect shines through as he strategically navigates the myriad possibilities, ultimately narrowing them down to the precise chocolate bar that grants him entry into Willy Wonka's fantastical world. His status as a bit of a genius becomes evident by his systematic approach to tracking the elusive ticket within the vast expanse of available chocolate bars. However, the pursuit of the fifth and final golden ticket proves to be an elusive quest, adding an air of anticipation to the ongoing saga of Willy Wonka's extraordinary chocolate factory. It is then that another bad thing happens to Charlie's family. Mr. Bucket, the only working adult, loses his job, and he's replaced by a machine. Grandpa Joe decides then that it's time for them to try one more time at the golden ticket opportunity. He gives Charlie a coin from his secret stash and asks him to run to the store and buy the first candy bar he sees. Charlie does as he's told, and they open it together. And again, they find nothing. Shortly after, Charlie decides to take a walk through the streets. He hears snippets of conversation that the last golden ticket was found in Russia, only later to learn that it was a fake. In the snow, Charlie finds a bill that he uses to buy a chocolate bar in the corner store. He decides to open it right there, and to his good fortune, there it is. The last golden ticket is in his hands. Charlie runs home to his parents with the good news, and Grandpa Joe is more than happy. The ticket states that Charlie and an adult must go the very next day to the factory in the morning. Grandpa Joe offers to take Charlie, but he says that maybe they should sell the ticket because they need the money. The suggestion is quickly dismissed by the rest of his family, and the day to go to the factory arrives. At the gates, the 5 children and their guardians enter the factory. Grandpa Joe is Charlie's paternal grandfather. He is supportive and caring, and he accompanies Charlie on the tour of the chocolate factory. Grandpa Joe shares Charlie's excitement for the magical world of Wonka's creations. The Bucket family's modest economic status contrasts with the wealth and extravagance of the other ticket winners. The film touches on social inequality and the impact of economic disparities on individuals and families. Right at the entrance, an animatronics figure shows up with a chanting of Wonka's name. It all ends with fire and chaos, but that is apparently the chocolate maker's purpose because he collapses beside them and introduces himself as Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka is the eccentric and enigmatic owner of the chocolate factory. He is known for his creative and whimsical approach to candy making. Wonka is both mysterious and charismatic, and throughout the film, his true motives are later revealed. Then, Wonka kindly guides them inside. Most of the kids eagerly introduce themselves, and after the awkward interruption, mainly on Wonka's side, the tour begins. Under a tiny door awaits a paradise made of chocolate and candy. The children and their guardians marvel at the fantastical and whimsical world created by Willy Wonka. Each room presents a new confectionery wonder. The first room is a chocolate room. The place looks like a meadow with a river and a waterfall. Everything that they see is edible. The river is made of chocolate, and the plants are of candy. The chocolate factory is a place of boundless imagination and creativity. Willy Wonka's inventions and the fantastical world inside the factory emphasize the importance of creativity in bringing joy and wonder to life. Willy Wonka warmly invites the golden ticket winners to partake in the delectable delights within his extraordinary chocolate factory, encouraging them to savor the exquisite flavors. Amidst the enchanting experience, the group's attention is captivated by the sight of the diminutive individuals diligently toiling away, the Oompa Loompas. Willy Wonka unravels the tale of his encounter with the Oompa Loompas during a quest to their native land in search of novel candy flavors. Wonka explains that upon discovering these beans, he struck a mutually beneficial agreement with them. In exchange for their invaluable services in the factory, he compensates the Oompa Loompas with cocoa beans, ensuring they lead fulfilling lives within the confines of the chocolate haven. The symbiotic relationship allows the Oompa Loompas to thrive in their newfound home while contributing their expertise to the magical world of Wonka's confections. At that moment, Augustus, while drinking from the river, falls into it and is sucked into a pipe, disqualifying him from the tour. Instead of caring for the child, the audience prepares for a song from the Oompa Loompas in honor of Augustus. Augustus is one of the ticket winners. He is characterized by his gluttonous nature and love for food. Augustus falls into the chocolate river into the chocolate room and is eliminated from the tour. The next stop on the tour is the inventing room. They reach it by boarding a candy-made boat. Before getting there, we have a flashback to Willy Wonka's young years. He was the son of a famous dentist who would not allow him to try any type of candy, especially chocolate. Mr. Wonka would burn the candy after trick-or-treating on Halloween, making Willy crave them even more. Through their trip, they pass by several rooms in the cave-like river. Finally, they reach the inventor room. In this room, Wonka showcases his experimental candies. There are treats that last forever, that grow a beard, and even a gum that has 3 meals. Violet tries this experimental gum. At first, everything goes right, but when she gets to dessert, Violet turns into a giant blueberry. The film incorporates elements of magical realism, blurring the lines between the ordinary and the extraordinary. The chocolate factory itself, with its whimsical and surreal features, adds a magical dimension to the story. Of course, the Oompa Loompas have prepared a song for this occasion as well. Violet, this other ticket winner, is a competitive gum chewer and becomes a blueberry after trying an experimental gum in the inventing room. Violet's competitive nature leads her to disqualification from the tour. On the way to the next place, the narration presents another flashback into Willy Wonka's memories of the first candy he ever ate, chocolate. He stumbled upon it by accident. After the chocolate was spared from the fire, the rest of the candies did not. This was just the beginning of his ideas for making candies. The nut room is next on their stop. Mr. Salt, Veruca's father, steps up interested because his own factory is of nuts. As they enter, they see that the selection of the nuts is not made by Oompa Loompas, but by squirrels trained to get the whole nut. When Veruca sees this, she demands her father get her a squirrel, but not any squirrel. She wants a trained one just like the one she sees. When Wonka refuses to sell one of them, Veruca goes to the little animals herself to take one by force. When Veruca descends, they stop what they are doing and attack her. Quickly, they label her a bad nut, throwing her down a chute. As always, the Oompa Loompas are more than ready with the respective song for the occasion. Veruca is a wealthy and spoiled girl who demands a squirrel as a pet in the nut room. Due to her demanding behavior, she is labeled a bad nut and discarded from the tour. Ready for their next trip, the remaining 2 children and their guardians, along with Willy Wonka, board the elevator to their next destination. There comes another flashback to the chocolate maker's childhood. When his father found out about his predilection for making candy, he forbade him from it, so tried to run away, unsuccessfully. When he returned, his father was gone. Mike boldly selects the next room for their adventure. In an instant, they find themselves transported into the mesmerizing realm of the television chocolate room. Within this captivating space, Willy Wonka unveils the workings of his latest and most innovative invention, a groundbreaking creation that tests the boundaries between reality and technology. It is in this room that the eccentric chocolatier conducts experiments involving the transmission of a chocolate bar through the television screen. As the group gazes in awe, Wonka orchestrates a demonstration of his remarkable invention. To the amazement of everyone present, Willy sends a big chocolate bar through space into the confines of the television. The sheer astonishment on the faces of the onlookers mirrors the magical prowess of Wonka's technological feat. Wonka extends an invitation to Charlie, urging him to reach into the television and retrieve the delectable creation firsthand. This moment becomes a testament to the fantastical and boundary-defying wonders that define the eccentric world of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Mike, seeing this, believes it is a waste of time to send only candies and pushes the button to send himself into the TV. Unfortunately, Mike gets shrunk after attempting to teleport via Wonka's television invention, and the Oompa Loompas are more than ready with their song. Mike is obsessed with technology and becomes shrunk after attempting to teleport using Wonka's television invention. His obsession with gadgets leads to his elimination from the tour. Each of the ticket winners faces consequences based on their behavior during the factory tour. The narrative reinforces the idea that one's actions have repercussions, and morality plays a crucial role in determining outcomes. Unaffected by the turn of events, Willy Wonka is about to continue with the rest of the tour when Grandpa Joe points out that Charlie is the only kid left now. Willy is happy. He congratulates Charlie on winning and gets ready for a last trip on the glass elevator. Up and out they fly above the sky. Back in the courtyard, the rest of the children exit the factory along with their guardians. The characters' behaviors and moral choices play a significant role in the narrative. Each of the ticket winners faces consequences based on their actions. The story explores themes of greed, selfishness, and the importance of ethical behavior. In the glass elevator, Wonka takes Charlie back home. In there, Willy reveals the prize Charlie has won after being the last child standing. He shall give him the entire factory as an heir to the entire Wonka enterprise. He explains the moral failings of the other children and commends Charlie's integrity. All he has to do is leave his family behind and go with Wonka to the factory. Charlie, being the kind-hearted boy he is, does not think too far to reject the offer. Willy Wonka, left disheartened by Charlie's refusal to inherit the chocolate factory, takes his leave, leaving an air of uncertainty behind. Unexpectedly, the narrative takes an optimistic turn for the Bucket family. Contrary to conventional expectations, a series of positive changes begins to unfold. Charlie's father secures a more promising job within the factory, assigned to repair the very machine that had once replaced him. In a collaborative spirit, Charlie himself lends a hand, contributing to the improvements in the family's circumstances. Meanwhile, the enigmatic chocolatier, Willy Wonka, finds himself adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Amid this period of introspection, a glimmer of insight illuminates the shadows. Wonka discerns a crucial element missing from his life, a connection with Charlie and the resolution of lingering issues with his own father. Wonka acknowledges the significance of human relationship and the need for closure. This realization becomes a catalyst for Wonka's journey toward healing and reconciliation. Wonka goes to Charlie, who suggests accompanying him to his father's house. Together, they board the glass elevator and arrive at Mr. Wonka's house. As they get there, Willy gets a revision from his father while Charlie inspects the place. Everywhere, there are newspaper cuts depicting Willy's success as a candy maker. In a heartwarming moment, his father recognizes Willy, and they share an awkward but sweet hug. The movie ends with Charlie accepting Wonka's offer to become his heir, with the condition of not leaving his family behind. This time, Willy does not refute, and they work together while sharing a special bond with the rest of the Bucket family. The film concludes with Charlie's family moving into the factory, signaling a new chapter for the Bucket family and the continuation of the magical world of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. In the end, both of them won important things from the exchange. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory conveys a message of kindness prevailing over greed, emphasizing the importance of humility, gratitude, and family bonds. The film explores the consequences of negative behavior, allows for redemption, and celebrates the wonder of imagination. Ultimately, it encourages embracing positive values and finding joy in life's simplicity. Do you like candy? If you were Charlie, what newest invention would you create? Answer in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video for more movie summaries like this. See you in the next recap. Bye-bye!